Isaiah will be presenting speech number 9 out of the Competent Communicator Manual. Skylar is a teacher at Robert E. Lee Elementary and has had lots of practice consoling students and helping them change the direction of their lives. He also enjoys cooking. Skylar believes that food is perfect in the field, perfect in the pan, and perfect on the plate. His speech entitled, "Older is Better," is directed at anyone who enjoys making and eating food. Please welcome Skylar Garcia.
His bag again.
Good evening, friends, Toastmasters, distinguished guests. I believe that friends are so important. And since September, I've gotten to know each and every single person in this room, except you two. You guys are new today. And I've started to get to know all of you. And that is so awesome. I love the connection. And I care about you guys. I really care about you guys, each person in the room. And so, because I care about you guys so much, I'd like to share something that I've learned in my lifetime. Many people believe that newer is better. And what I've come to find out is that newer is just newer. It's not better. It's just new. That's all that it is. A lot of people gravitate towards the new things, like they're so much better than the past. Lloyd was talking about the past and just how much the past has to teach us. And I believe that a very eclectic approach to the new things, the old things, and everything in between is where we should fall as human beings. Specifically, I'm talking about the kitchen. I love to cook. You guys all know that. And what I've found is that most people will just run to Walmart and they want to buy the quickest, cheapest pan they possibly can. It doesn't matter how long the pan is going to last them. It's going to last them a year, 2 years, it doesn't matter. What matters is that they have the newest and the best product that's on the market that they believe, and then 2 years goes by and they'll throw that away and they will get something else. They believe that their money is the most important thing. Well, I believe that time and knowledge are the most important things as we walk through this world. And I try to exemplify that in the kitchen. So I'd like to share what I use in the kitchen instead of those $10 pans that you know and you find at Walmart and then cast off 2 years later. I love to use cast iron pans. Cast iron pans are not for everybody. They take time and they take patience. You have to be willing to wait for the pan to get hot before you put your food in. You can't just crank the stove to high and throw your food in there and expect that it's going to come out okay. You have to set your pan on the stove, you have to turn it on, wait a little while for it to heat up, put a little bit of oil, and then you put your food in. Afterwards, you have to let that pan cool down before you wash it. So it does take extra time. But your food comes out amazing. It is the best tasting food because you've invested time into the food that you eat. This cast iron pan is from 1906. I love to collect old cast iron. You don't have to go out and buy an old pan. You can go out and buy a $20 pan right down there at Hooked on Toys, and it will be perfect. It'll cook exactly the same. But I believe that this old cast iron has a rich history and is imbued with tons of people cooking in this pan. There is so much love that has been poured into this pan that when I pick it up, I'm just blown away. 1906. That's over 100 years old. How many hands have touched this pan? How many meals have been cooked in this pan? I love cast iron. You, when you cook with cast iron, have to break all the rules because you must use metal spatulas. Metal spatulas are a huge no-no. You are not allowed to use these spatulas anymore because you'll get scrapes on all of your Teflon pans, all of your anodized aluminum pans, or anything. But cast iron pans and metal spatulas go hand in hand, especially if you're really careful as you scrape across the pan. These are wonderful tools, and I urge all of you guys to go into your kitchen, to pull out your cast iron pan, because I know you guys have cast iron pans in your kitchen. Raise your hand if you've got a cast iron pan in your kitchen. If you do not have one, you must go buy one right now. After this meeting, before we go down to the rail station, go and buy a cast iron pan, because you will love this thing. You will fall in love with your cast iron. How many people use their cast iron once a week? Or more? You as well, Christina? Awesome. Awesome, Jen. Cast iron pans are amazing tools. And I believe that if you're willing to take the time to cook the food and have the knowledge of how to properly wait for the pan to heat up and properly clean the pan when you get done, really, you just scrub it with a Brillo pad and then rub a little bit of oil on it and it's fine. It's great to go. No soap. Cast iron pans are amazing. I've used cast iron pans now for, going on 10 years. My wife thought I was crazy a couple years back when I said, honey, I'd like to get rid of all of our pans and just use cast iron. She looks at me going, what? Really? You want to do that? Yeah. And I talked to her about all the benefits of going straight to cast iron, and she agreed with me. So slowly we started trading out our pans for cast iron. And now all I cook with is cast iron. I also use the porcelain enamel-coated cast iron, which is great for anything acidic. That way it doesn't take out the seasoning. The Crusade pans are amazing. So if you take the time to use cast iron, it will change your life. It will make your food taste better, and you will tap into, if you decide to go get a vintage pan, it'll tap you into the past. Thank you so much.